to Mam and Me Academy. I am Bipul Babu, your maths educator. Today we are going to start the very first chapter, real numbers. Let us try to explore what is a real number. So beginning with very first type of numbers, which is natural number. Since you are in 10th standard, you might be knowing what is a natural number, right? And to explain natural number, let us begin with a question that how many members are there in your family? We would start counting, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And some of you might be laughing as well, right? What type of a silly question is this? You would know the number of members in your family, but the numbers which you just use to count the number of members in your family is natural number. So we can write that the numbers starting from 1, 2, 3 and so on are the natural numbers. Okay, so if you want to define the natural number, you can say that counting numbers starting from 1 are known as natural numbers. And can anyone tell me what is the nth number? What should I write here? Is there any n to a number? No, right? So we'll use a symbol which signifies infinity. What is this symbol known as? Infinity. Right? Some of you may be knowing this. You have seen that movie, no? Infinity War? Yeah, that is very simple, infinity. Okay. So, in this list of numbers, can you see any negative number? Is it here? Or is it here? No, na? So, we can say that there are no negative numbers included in the set of natural numbers. Right? There are no negative numbers. Don't you worry, we'll provide you the PDF format of this very chapter. Okay. And try to make your notes short and crisp because we don't write epics in mathematics, right? And can you see any decimal number here? Is it here? No, na? So we can write that no decimal numbers are included in this set of numbers. Okay, no decimal numbers are included in the natural number. Okay. So this was all about natural number. Now let us see another type of number, which is whole numbers. The second type of number is whole number. Now, if I give you 100 chocolates and one of your siblings come and snatches it all of them, then how many chocolates are left with you? Right, 0. Okay, so the number 0 is not here. Can you see it? No. So that 0 number is included in the whole number. So the whole number starts from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on and infinity. Okay. So you can say that whole numbers are the counting numbers starting from 0. Okay. And the characteristics are similar because you can't see here negative numbers. Okay. So no negative numbers included. You can write here no negative numbers. Right? And no decimal numbers as well. No decimal numbers. No decimal numbers. Now let me tell you a very important tip that natural number is represented by capital N and whole number is represented by capital W. Okay, let us see another type of numbers and you should write down in your notebook what is natural number and whole number. Let us see other type of number. Now let us see our third number, which is integers. What is it? Integers. I-N-T-E-G-E-R-S. Integers. Okay. As you saw in the natural number and the whole number that there were no negative numbers, right? But don't we need them? Yes, we do. So integers are the set of numbers starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And the negative numbers as well, -1, -2, -3 and so on. And the last number would be, right, infinity. This is your positive infinity and this is your negative infinity. Okay. Now you can see that the numbers are negative as well as positive in the integers. But 0 has a specific characteristic. What is it? That it is neither positive nor negative. You can write neither positive nor negative. neither positive nor negative. Okay. Now, what about the decimal numbers? Can you identify here? Is there any decimal number? No. So, we can write there is no decimal numbers in the integers. Okay? No decimal numbers. Now, what do we use the symbol? Which symbol is used to represent integers? Is it I? No. It is Z or Z. Okay. Why is Z used? Why not I? Because Z comes from a Greek word zehlein, okay, which means numbers, and Z is used to represent integers. Now, let us see a fourth number. Why would we need another number? Because we don't have decimal numbers in the integers, right? This very number is very important, and you might have studied in your 9th standard, which is rational numbers, right? Rational numbers. What is a rational number? Yeah, the numbers which are represented in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are co-prime integers. What are they? Co-prime integers. And Q is not equal to 0. Let me recapitulate. What is it? The numbers which are represented in the form of P upon Q, where P and Q are co-prime integers and Q is not equal to 0. Now you would ask, what is a co-prime number or what is a co-prime integer? So let me rub this part. Okay, let me write two set of numbers, 3 and 5. I will call them co-prime integers. Why would I call them? Because they have a common factor 1. Because you can write 3 is equals to 1 into 3, 5 is equals to 1 into 5, and the common factor is 1. So all those numbers which have common factor as 1 are known as co-prime integers. They need not to be prime number. Okay, you can write 4 and 7. 4 is not a prime number, but 4 and 7 together are known as co-prime integers. Why? Because you can see 4 is equals to 1 into 2 into 2. Factorization, right? And 7 can be written as 1 into 7. So 1 is common here. You can say that these are co-prime integers. Now, the other condition, very important condition, these are very important condition that P and Q are co-prime integers and Q should not be equal to 0. Why Q should not be equal to 0? Let us see. You can see that if I write 2 upon 0. Before explaining this, let me give you a very simple example and tell me what would be the answer. If I write 14 upon 7, what will be your answer? Yeah, 7. Now, if you multiply 7 by 2, then what would you get? You will get 14 back, right? And if I ask you 0 divided by 2, what will be your answer? Right, 0. And if I multiply 0 by 2, you will get the number back, right? Can you tell me what number should I write here? Think. Is it 0 or 2? Yeah, we cannot write a number here. We cannot write a number here because if your answer is 0, if you say that 2 is divided by 0, the answer will be 0, then try to multiply 0 and 0. Are you getting 2 back? No, no? Okay. So some of you might have answered, the answer would be 2. Multiply it, you will get the answer. 0 into 2 is 2. No, no? It is 0 only. So we can't write 2 here. And you would be thinking that you know this. If you know this, you're very smart enough, right? Okay. We'll use a symbol which is infinity. This also represents that it is not defined. Okay, whenever it is asked 2 upon 0 or any number divided by 0, it is not defined. Not defined. So this is why we say that q should not be equal to 0. Now, let me ask you a question. What is it? Let us see. What can you say about 0? Is it a rational number? Yes. Why? Because 0 can be represented as 0.1, 0.2 or 0. Any number, right? But not 0.0. You cannot write 0 as 0.0 because this will be not defined. So I hope you have understood what is a rational number. Any number which can be represented in the form of p upon q, where p and q are co-prime integers and q is not equal to 0. Now, the last number which is left is irrational numbers. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that rational number is represented by q, capital Q. Okay, rational number is represented by q. Why is it used? Why not r? Because if you divide 14 by 2, you will get the answer 7. And 7 is what? This is quotient. What is this? Quotient. So we represent q to represent rational number. Okay. Now we have irrational number. What is it? Irrational number. Irrational number. These all numbers you have studied in your 9th standard. So this is not new. Just a recapitulation. Okay. Irrational number. What is it? It is represented by IR. There is no specific symbol. Okay. You might use IR or you might not use any number, any letter. Okay. Now what is the irrational number? This is just the opposite of rational numbers. Right? What is it? Any numbers which cannot be written in the form p upon q, where p and q are co-prime integers, and q is not equal to 0. You might think this is the definition of rational number, but do notice I have used not. What? Any number which cannot be, point to be noted, okay, cannot be represented in the form of p upon q, where p and q are co-prime integers and q is not equal to 0. Now, this is the end of the numbers, right? Now, let me tell you what is a real number. You would be thinking our chapter's name is real number and still not, we haven't started our chapter's name, right? So, till now what we have studied? We studied natural number, right? We studied whole number, right? And we studied integers, and we studied rational number, q, right? Now, another number was irrational number. Irrational number. What is real number? This is nothing. It's the collection of rational number and irrational number. You can see what is a rational number? It is the collection of rational number and irrational number. You might be thinking I didn't give the example for irrational number. Okay, it slipped my mind. Root 2 is an irrational number. Okay, root 3 and the numbers which repeat itself. 1.24, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Okay, non-ending number, non-terminating number. These are irrational numbers, right? They are not repeating itself. Okay, 1, 5, 4, so on. These are irrational numbers. So what is a real number? Did you understand? Let me write it for you. What is a real number? Real number is a collection of, you can write it like this. Real number, it is the collection of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Very simple, right? Now we'll meet you with next video. In that video we will discuss Euclid division algorithm or lemma. Till then, you can prepare the notes and we'll provide you the PDF also. Thank you. This is all for today. We'll see you in the next video with Euclid division algorithm and many more. Until then, you can subscribe our channel Mam and Me Academy for further details. Thank you. Be happy, be safe.